Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it. Henry J. Evans's Bombs, Bacon, and Bankruptcy is a practical guide to leading when events are moving quickly, reliable information is scarce, and people's emotions are running high. Evans draws on more than 2 decades of national security work, executive coaching, and business consulting to explain how crisis leadership differs from everyday management. His central idea is straightforward. Effective leaders prepare before trouble arrives, steady themselves when it does, and help their teams make the best possible decisions with the information available. The result is a book that feels less like a leadership lecture and more like a candid conversation with someone who's spent years working through complicated, high-pressure situations. The book gets much of its energy from 3 extended case studies. Bombs follows the long effort to combat improvised explosive devices in Iraq and Afghanistan. Bacon examines how a grocery chain kept employees working, shelves stocked, and long-term improvements moving during the COVID-19 pandemic. Bankruptcy tells the painful story of a manufacturing company that collapsed after its founder's sudden death and his grieving widow's decision to take control. Together, these stories give the book an unusually broad range. Evans can move from counterterrorism technology to supermarket logistics to a family business in financial distress without losing sight of the same basic questions. Who should make the decision? What needs attention first? How do you keep fear, ego, and old habits from taking over? Evans is especially good at turning complicated leadership problems into memorable tools. He explains how to ground yourself before calming a team, distinguish incubating threats from acute ones, combine analytical intelligence with human intuition, narrow priorities, and decide when to keep following a plan or change course. His advice on accountability and emotional safety is one of the book's strongest sections because he treats them as complementary rather than competing values. People need to feel safe enough to deliver bad news, but they also need to own their commitments and results. The line, "Your job as a crisis leader isn't to make the right decision, it's to guide the team to the best possible decision based on the information you have at that time," neatly captures the book's practical and humane approach. The conversational style makes the material approachable, although Evans occasionally revisits an idea after it has already landed, and some of the branded frameworks can make the later chapters feel more like a leadership workshop than a continuous narrative. Still, the repetition usually serves a purpose. These are concepts meant to be recalled when clear thinking is difficult. Evans's strongest message is that crisis leadership is a learned practice, not a rare talent reserved for generals, CEOs, or superheroes. His counterterrorism team's mantra, "Give the bad guys a bad day every day," is memorable because it turns an enormous mission into a focused daily task. That same emphasis on taking the next useful action makes Bombs, Bacon, and Bankruptcy a grounded, engaging book for anyone responsible for helping people move through uncertainty. Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.